Hey guys, this is Irie StarCraft, and I'm going to be broadcasting another game for you tonight, and it is going to be a 4v4 on Extinction. And this is going to be a bit of a unique game because this is a game that I saved a couple of weeks ago, and I marked this one as a good game, and it has now been long enough that I do not remember at all what happens in this game. That is how quick it goes. You play so many games with StarCraft, it is difficult to remember what happens in these specific games, but it has only been about 2 weeks since I saved this, and now I am ready to broadcast it because I've been dying to broadcast a good 4v4, and this is not going to be like a pro level 4v4, but I am a Diamond League player, and this is me, Foosk, and this game I'm going to be playing Terran. I've not really settled on a race that I prefer the most, but it looks like I was Terran in this game, and I'm going to be the teal Terran, Foosk, and my teammate is going to be BLazeUp, the red Protoss, and also I have two Zerg teammates, the purple Zerg SenseiKensei, and the blue Zerg Pyknotic. And we are going to be going against Cyen, the green Zerg, and Santinii, the pink Protoss, the yellow Terran, AndrewL, and the orange Zerg, blue. And so this game should be, I know I marked this as a good game, so what I've been saving as good games have been basically games that are pretty close. So I definitely know that this game is not going to be a complete blowout. So, and I have also been saving games that I have lost, as well as one that I thought were good. So I'm not a guaranteed victory in any of these games that I cast of myself. And now we see Cyen is moving out with his some early Zerglings, going to be running right into Pyknotic's base. So we're going to see a lot of pressure very early in this game, and Cyen microing his Zerglings back and forth pretty well, trying to do a lot of damage on these these drones, excuse me, but the drones now running away, trying to get in the comfort of more drones, and a lot of them are going down, so a lot of damage being done right now by Cyen. And do his teammates have any help? It looks like I'm going to be sending one Marine down here to try and do something, but Pyknotic now with 4 Zerglings out, it looks like he's going to ward back that attack by Cyen. No, Cyen's going to come back in and pressure this, realizing he has more Zerglings on the field, but now my Marine a little bit slow and out of position there, but coming and going to force that back, it looks like, with the support of that one Marine from my base. And meanwhile, it looks like Cyen is going to come check out what I have going on over here, which is basically one Marine, going to try and shoot and do as much damage on this Zergling that I can, but it looks like he is just going to run through and continue doing some scouting, getting some early scouting of all of our bases here. And we see SenseiKensei getting some early static defense, which sometimes can pay off against a when you are Zerg, getting those spine crawlers in your middle line when you are in the front position on this map. Although there are entrances to each base, as any of you guys who play 4v4s knows that, because I play on this map a lot, but there is a ramp to each base, and there is a expansion, well-protected expansion in the middle. There's the island base here in the back to expand to. There is this shared shared ramp expansion in the front that is very safe. However, it is vulnerable to air attacks, so you generally want to get some missile turrets or some kind of detection out here, some scouting out here, so you can see any kind of air assault coming if you are going to choose to expand in that area. Also on this map, there's the natural expansions that are fairly easily defended, I guess I would say, relatively speaking, though in these 4v4s, I don't know if you could say any expansion is easily defended, because all it takes is 2 players against 1 and you are in trouble, which is why these 4v4 games get so out of control. And it looks like now Blue, and I don't know if I can call him Blue. I might have to start going by colors only, because if I start calling him by his name and he is orange, that is going to confuse the shit out of me. But it looks like SenseiKensei with his Overlord out here, nicely placed, did see this attack coming, so we are aware of that, and it looks like I'm going to be sending out some Marines and Marauders, and the blue Zerg is going to be sending a few Zerglings out to try and defend this. So these spine crawlers are going to be huge right here, and BlazeUp also with some Stalkers in the back, going to team up with this Queen to try and fight off these Roaches and Marines in the back, and meanwhile my Marines and Marauders going to be warding back this this sentry and these stalkers, and now going to come join the fight with this. Even though this spine crawler did go down here, it looks like we are going to be able to force this attack back. Though Santinii is going to continue to pressure with those stalkers, bringing another stalker up here. Going to be taking out a lot of my units, though. He is forced to pull back, and now more roaches on the way. So this is going to be a relentless attack right here, and it looks like we were probably going to have enough to defend this. Sensei needs to bring his Zerglings in to help with us, and now my Marines and Marauders are going down quickly without any support, and now BLazeUp is in the back with his stalkers, and one Zealot coming to the front, and it looks like we are going to force this attack back. So Pink and Orange now are going to be pulling back, going to try and kill some of these chasing Zerglings as he moves back, microing those stalkers. And so it was a bit of a stalemate there. It looks like SenseiKensei didn't really lose any drones, so that is going to be huge. He also was able to save this queen with only about 25 hit points left. And now it looks like we're going to be massing our units out here to try and defend this front, because Santinii and Blue and Pink and Orange really want to press this front, but realizing that we are in too good a position to defend that, it looks like I have about 5 Marauders out on the field, which are very good against Stalkers. That slow should be finished, as now I just realized that the production tab should at least be up in this kind of a 4v4, so that you guys, and I guarantee I will not be able to keep up with everything on here, but I will try my best. As we see, the Thor is now on the way for yellow, so that is going to be interesting. But it looks like I am going to try, me and BLazeUp are going to try and press Pink's front. I'm going to stim up and try and take out as many of these Stalkers as I can. Looks like I got one of them there, but I did lose my Marines and in the process. And now these Stalkers, it looks like, going to just sort of sacrifice here and try and take out as much of this army as I can before my units die, because now we are in a pretty committed position here, although there is still an escape route. But now the Roaches and Stalkers are going to join up, and there are Stalkers warping in for Pink in the back, so my Marauders are going to go down here trying to kill anything I can, and now there are Marines and 2 Thors on the field with repairing SCVs to force these Stalkers back. These Zerglings, it looks like, are just going to delay the mining here of Santinii, because forcing these probes back, the probes need to turn back around now. Actually gonna get a surround on these Zerglings here and then go back to their base to continue mining. So we see these 3 Thors on the field now for yellow, and getting his second command center, probably going to be lifting off and landing in that protected island base. Meanwhile, I did not see Pyknotic was actually harassing Green's base and did a lot of damage, because I don't see any. Actually, no, he got all his drones over here to this way oversaturated base back over here. So now he's going to be bringing his drones back, because Blue was able to get into his mineral line back there. And so a fairly even trade-off for both teams right now. It looks like that's me. I'm going to be lifting off my expansion and taking that island in the back, carrying 5 SCVs with me to get that going quickly, and then probably going to be upgrading to an orbital command when I hit 150 minerals. There it goes. And now it looks like yellow and pink thinking about maybe doing some pressure with all these Thors on the field, sort of doubling back and forth, being a little bit indecisive back there. And meanwhile, though, the defenses for purple are very weak, and red now getting that expansion up with a couple of photon cannons to try and ward off or delay any kind of press here, give himself enough time to reinforce with all of these Stalkers. Blaze has a ton of Stalkers right now. And it looks like pink and yellow are going to come right into purple's base and go after this spawning pool, and that could really cripple him for a while. And it looks like these Thors are going to be taking out some Overlords in the back. Probably need to be coming up here to the front to start shooting these Stalkers. And now it's going to be an army of Thors and Stalkers versus more Stalkers. And this is definitely, red is definitely outmatched right here. He needs help from his teammates. Where is my army? Who knows? I have been way behind in my army, and this is all I have right now: a siege tank, a couple Marines, and Marauders. So I am a complete noob and out of position. And meanwhile, yellow and pink are doing a ton of damage to this base, though. Blue is going to be coming in and getting doing a lot of damage on these Stalkers with his Zerglings, and now red teaming up with those Zerglings, focusing down that Thor right there. I'm going to be killing these SCVs, these repairing SCVs. Finally, the tank is up front with my reinforcements, and it looks like we may just be able to force this back. This is going to be really close. There's Thors, and now the drones are going to come up. No, they're going to double back and trying to focus down this Thor with one Marauder and a couple of Stalkers, and we are in big trouble right now. It looks like pink and yellow are going to be able to take out purple's main. He's got all his drones over here, nowhere to go. And Red bringing in more Stalkers, pumping out Stalkers from BLazeUp in the back. And it looks like he's forcing this Thor back, though he has a bunch of SCVs repairing that Thor to keep the pressure on. And these Stalkers now and Thor are focusing down Sensei's main lair. And that is going to put us definitely in a bind here. It looks like I need to think better of engaging with this meager army right here. Need to team up with my partners. It looks like Blue with a lot of Zerglings are going to think about running in here, and we all need to